My wife Julie is back to working her magic in the kitchen. This time she's made some nice homemade summer sausage for the family, and we're going to show you exactly how she does this. Let's go! And as always, you can see all the ingredients listed in the description below. She starts off with a 1/4 teaspoon here of garlic powder, and she's put that into a large bowl. And she's following that up with a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. And now she's inviting a tablespoon of mustard seed to join the party. What's next, my love?
Morton Tender Quick Cure you can find on Amazon.
This is the Morton Tender Quick Meat Cure that she got on Amazon, and she's adding 2 tablespoons of this. You can see she put this into her own airtight jar just to keep that fresh for a longer time. And then she just makes sure that there's no big chunks of that left into the bowl by crushing that with the spoon, as you can see there. And here's another item she just got from Amazon as she struggles to open that up. This is that liquid smoke. This is the flavor of mesquite. We've got a link to that in the description. She's doing 2 teaspoons of the liquid smoke right into the bowl here. And this stuff really smells like a campfire. And there's a quick look at the bottle. This next ingredient is hopefully a bit easier to find. 1 cup of water right into the bowl. And now it's time to stir it up. And maybe play a little bit of Bob Marley in the background as well while you do it. I know our 3 daughters just love it when I do that. Now let's lay out some foil. You want to make sure each of these sheets is long enough to wrap a full log of summer sausage. Julie started off with 2 here, but added 1 more later. Here's where you can make the choice between using ground chuck or ground beef. This case, we're doing ground beef, 80-20 ground beef, 2 pounds of this. It's actually slightly more than 2 pounds. If you want a beefier and richer flavor, it's generally best to use ground chuck, but it's just really a matter of preference of how much fat content you do want in your summer sausage. At this point here, you want to fully mix in that liquid mixture into the meat. Julie generally finds the best way to do this is to use a glove and just to mix this in by hand until you get all that liquid off the bottom of the bowl and mixed in evenly to the meat. I'll just let you watch Julie's technique right here. Is there anything that you want to share here, Julie?
So it's just to incorporate the liquid smoke in there, and then you have to refrigerate for 24 hours for that liquid smoke to get all into the meat and marinate. So what you do now is you just make it. I might have to do 3 because this is big. So you just make these. I think I should do 3. So break this into thirds and make it into logs.
So you did hear Julie that she's deciding to go with 3 different logs for the summer sausage instead of 2. So she's going to roll these into 3 equally sized logs and place those individually on the foil right in the middle so you can fully wrap those up for cooling and marinating. And here is Julie working on that 3rd and final log, and now she's going to place that in the center again, and now move on to wrapping all these up. Now you just want to make sure each of these logs is fully wrapped for the marinating process. And this is also a great opportunity to actually just roll that along your countertop, and then you can make those more evenly round as a final log. And after you've rolled that to your liking, that you're thinking that's going to be round enough, you want to make sure you close off those ends and fold those in so it's fully encapsulated. And once you get all of your logs all gathered together, then these are going to go into your refrigerator, and these get cooled for 24 hours while they marinate, right next to the cat food. And when you're ready 24 hours later, you want to preheat the oven to 325 degrees. Then you'll want to place those logs onto a baking sheet just to make sure you're catching all those fluids that come out during the baking process. And Julie here does loosen up that foil just a bit as well. And once your oven is preheated, you want to place that into the oven right on that middle rack, and then you're going to bake that at 325 degrees for 1.5 hours. Alright, let's get those out of there as that heat steams up my camera lens. And you'll see that those juices are flowing there, so you want to be a little careful not to spill that anywhere. And Julie does have her cooling rack standing by, which she conveniently places that on. Now she does carefully open up each of these foils and kind of lets that juice flow out. Then she actually did get another tray and wrapped that in foil. Then she takes the summer sausage out of these foils and places that onto the new tray. And you'll certainly want to use tongs to do this. Then simply cover this tray in foil and let this fully cool in the refrigerator. And once that's fully cooled, you're ready to serve. And this is some very tasty summer sausage, let me tell you. And my lovely wife did make a point to tell me that making her own summer sausage costs about 1/3 of the price as buying it pre-made in the grocery store. So hey, that's a great added bonus. And be sure to check out one of our other videos, which you can see right up here. And we'd very much be honored if you did subscribe to our channel. And until next time, God bless.